Søren here, and welcome to this video about adding half notes to your blues soloing. Now, even if you have a standard blues, just standard chords, the 7th and 9th, you can add a few half notes in your blues playing and still sound natural, still sound as if you play the blues. You should not exaggerate when you don't have the jazz chords, and if you add jazz chords and make it a jazz blues, you can do a whole lot more, but you can still sound great if you find the right half notes. And I think I have done a pretty good example in this video where I use the half notes, but I don't overuse it. Actually, already when you play the minor pentatonic scale, if you play the blues scale, for instance in B flat major, you already make use of these half notes. So I can show you here. So we have half notes here: the root, the minor third, the fourth, and the flatted fifth, and the fifth. And it comes again here. And that's actually what makes this scale sound so great, these half notes. And you can add a few more, and you can create a very fluent and great sounding lines. But still, you should use it with taste when it's just a standard 12-bar blues without jazz chords. You should not make it sound too constructed. Just use what sounds natural. Okay, let us take a close look at this first line, meaning the first 4 bars of this blues. And we start on a 3 and. I can count in. It goes like 1, 2, and 3. This is the first lick, and it starts on the 10th fret. No, it starts here on the 8th fret, first finger, and you have the 4th finger up here on the 11th fret. And then we have the half notes here, the minor third, the 3rd, and the 4th there. And it's on the 9th, the 10th and the 11th fret. And I have a kind of hammer on here from the minor third to the 3rd. Go back to the 11th fret, the 2nd string, down to the 8th fret, the 2nd string, and down to the 3rd string, the 10th fret. And then I end the lick up here by adding this bend to the minor third, bend up to a major third. Actually, I make the bend with the 2nd finger. And then we have the 2nd lick. It goes like So it's almost the same start, or I think it's about the same. But this time you stop here and bend. I think you have until here. And you go down here to the 11th fret. So you make this slide, or you can... Actually I use the third finger and I slide from the 9th to the 8th fret on the 3rd string. And I go down to the 6th fret and back to the 8th fret, and I go up here to the 6th fret, the 2nd string. And I make a bend here. You can also make a hammer on. I think I make a bend. 2, 3. So that comes in the 3 and on a lift. And the way I play that is let's take that at first. I start this lick on the 3 and, as said, and it started on the 8th fret, the 4th string, the 3rd finger. To the 2nd string, the 6th fret. I think I make a small slide there. I think I play it like this. And you have this slide here from the 6th to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and you put your 3rd finger over the 4th and the 5th string in the 8th fret. Okay, and then I go down here with my 1st finger and I make a move down here and play the same thing here down here. So we have, and I start here again. We're in the 4th fret, the 5th string, 1st finger. String, the 3rd fret, 1st finger there, and I make this slide down here from the 4th to the 5th fret, on the 5th string. I go down with my 4th finger here on the 6th fret, the 6th string, and I end the lick here with my 2nd finger on the 4th fret, the 6th string. So if I should play this really slow, it would be... It's a good idea to play it real slow at the beginning. You can try to get all the notes. second line of the blues. It starts with on the second string, the 7th fret. Okay, and you start here on the 7th fret, 2nd string, half note up to the 1st string, up to the 8th fret, and you make a half note, a bend, and a release, and a pull off. And you go down here to the 8th fret, the 2nd string, up to the 1st string. Okay. And you make a slide from the 9th to the 11th fret. And you end with this small lick up here in the 1st string. Da, ba, ba. I think you can see what I do. Ending with a very small bend, just a 16th bend or something like that. Okay, and I play some 9th up here. I have my 1st finger on the 10th fret, the 5th string, my 2nd finger on the 3rd string, and I move up to the 11th fret. I have my 3rd finger on the 4th string, and my 4th finger down on the 2nd string, and I play the 4 middle notes, having a real nice. It sounds a little bit different as the 9 down here. Okay, then we have the long half note lick. And it starts here on the 8th fret, the 2nd string, and I move up to the 1st string, the 9th fret. The last one is a slide. I'll try that again. And then I change fingering. I use the 2nd finger when I go back here down to the 11th. So we have I come from the 13th fret. And I bend a whole note bend on the 2nd string. I go up to and take on the 1st string without bending the 13th fret. Back to the bend. Okay, and you go from here, you jump down to the 3rd string and the 10th fret. So we have you continue down here to the 13th fret, the 4th string. Go back to the 3rd string where you came from, and you move down to the 4th string, and you have this hammer on from the minor 3rd to the 3rd, to the major 3rd, and it's a hammer on. You have the 2nd finger on the 11th fret. You hammer up here to the 12th fret. And you move down to the 13th fret, the 5th string, and you end the lick down on the 13th fret, the 6th string. So the second line played slowly should be like this. Okay, let's take a close look at the last 4 bars of this blues. And it starts on the second finger, on the second string. Okay, 8th fret, 11th fret, and you go up on the first string. And you go up to the 11th fret, and then you start to and you make these pull-offs from the 11th to the 10th fret. Fret with the 4th finger, I slide up to the 13th, end my lick up here. And the last lick is you start that one on the 11th fret on the second string. And you make a whole tone bend from you bend on the 13th fret, you bend up to a whole tone. And you try to add some nice vibrato there. It's difficult to make it sound good. Okay, after the bend, release. 13th, the 12th, the 11th fret, and again a half note down to the 10th fret, and you move down on the second string, the 14th fret, and second string, the 11th fret. Gosh. And I make some sort of hammer-on pull-off on this one. And away I come. After this one I go down to the 13th fret, the 3rd string, down to the 10th fret, and I go down to the 13th fret, the 4th string, a small bend, and release, down to the 11th fret, down to the 13th fret, the 5th string, and I move up to the root here and end my lick up here. Okay, and for the turnaround I play and this one I have you can see my second finger on the 3rd string, the 10th fret, and my 3rd finger down on the 1st string, and I have my 1st finger on the 9th fret, the 2nd string. And I play, I simply play down, downstroke, or down, down, up, down. I move down a half note. Here I change to a B flat 7. I had my 1st finger on the 4 1st strings on the 6th fret, and I have my 2nd finger on the 3rd string the 7th fret, you have this nice B flat 7. So we have I go back to this shape as you had before, and I go down to this chord. It's all chromatics, and here I have my 4th finger on the root up on the B flat, here in the 1st string, the 6th fret. I have my 2nd finger down on the 3rd string, the 5th fret, and I have my 1st finger here on the 2nd string, the 4th fret. You have this nice, and I end with this chord. It doesn't really matter what the chords are called. The whole idea here is that it's chromatics. So I have again the 4th finger up here on the root, or the octave, the B flat here up here in the 1st string, and I have my 3rd finger on the 3rd string, the 5th fret, and I have my 1st finger on the 2nd string, the 3rd fret. I often play an upstroke on this one. Sometimes I move on up to the 9th here. I already told you how to play this 9th, and I also sometimes play with upstrokes, and I add in the vibrato. So the last turnaround lick,